welcome back to another Film Geek Movie review. Today, Charming Amy and I are not going to the movie theater. We're actually staying right here in our own living room, and we're going to check out the Hulu original film, Predator Prey, or is it just Prey? Prey. It's just Prey. But it's the newest film in the Predator franchise. And it's a franchise I feel has been pretty dang dry for a number of years. I haven't really enjoyed anything with the Predator in it since Predator 2. And that's just the truth. It just seems like the franchise, even when they tried to throw Aliens and Predator together, nothing's worked. So I've got some really high hopes for this film. I like the ideas that they have in this movie. It's taking place, I believe, in the 1700s, 1717 or something like that, I believe. Native Americans here in the United States, and it looks really interesting. So I think that this might be going back more to the original Predator film, mostly just a group of people being hunted down in the woods. So let's check this out. I'm really excited. Charming Amy is currently in the kitchen. She's grabbing a snack, she said. So, hey, you about ready in there?
Yeah, I'm coming.
All right, come on. I want to get started here.
What?
All right, so Charming Amy and I have just finished watching Prey, and you know what? It's pretty damn good, guys. All right, so first off, I want to talk about just the technical aspects that I really enjoyed about this film. First off, the cinematography in this movie is ridiculously good. I love the usage of a lot of aerial shots. They probably used a drone for all of that, and god dang, it looks good. Also, too, the forest and the scenery and the plains are just used so well. There's lots of big open shots in this film, and it really takes advantage of the natural's backdrop and the scenery and such. Now, also, the sound design is absolutely solid. I really enjoyed it. There's a lot of stuff that adds to the creepiness of it, and it really kind of makes the forest feel like a living creature itself. It's almost like another character in the film. Now that brings me to the characters, or really the main character. The main character in this film, played by Amber Midthunder, she is outstanding. She is really good in this part. There are things that I don't like about her character, and I will get to that here in a moment, but honestly, through and through, I really enjoyed her character a lot in this film. I thought, with a movie where you don't have these big, beefy, strong-looking dudes going in there and just normal people going up against this massive predator guy, I actually really thought this was believable. It really worked well. She utilizes her scenery, she utilizes her environment around her and her knowledge of the woods to be able to, basically survive the predator, and I really like that about the film, and I think it makes her character a lot deeper. I also like the fact that the story is very simple, sweet, and to the point. The pacing in this film is outrageously good. The movie does a great job of setting things up at the beginning of the film, and then it's just a roller coaster ride from then on out. The film clocks in at just around an hour and 40 minutes, and for a movie like this, that is just absolutely perfect. So yeah, on a whole, I really enjoyed this film. I think that this movie is going back to the basics of the Predator genre. They're not overthinking it. They're not bringing in super-powered suits or anything like that. This movie just keeps it simple. It just has a Predator and a bunch of people, and I do mean a bunch of people. There's a heavy kill count in this, trying to stop the monster. Alright, now that brings me to things about this film that I really didn't like. Well, one of the things is not the character herself, it's just the motivation. The motivation of the main character is a little been there, done that before. It's a little bland. It's just basically the old, I want to prove myself to you because I've been told that I can't do this. Which there's nothing wrong with that. I just felt that it was kind of, bland. And then the side characters. Like I said, they're pretty much cannon fodder. They are there to just die. Her brother in this film, who's played by Dakota Beavers, is a decent enough character, but unfortunately kind of gets the shaft because his character just has a very typical story arc for, well, a character such as his. When you watch the movie, you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's just a minor complaint, honestly. And I get it. Movies like this need simple characters so you have a high body count. The only thing that I don't like about that is like in the first film, you got to know the side characters a bit more, and when they got killed off, you felt a little something. In this movie, you kind of do, but at the same time, some of the kills you were just like, yeah! You were kind of along with the Predator. Even the side characters from her tribe, she was a Comanche, and some of her members of her tribe were just kind of like dicks. They were just typical horror movie dicks. So again, their deaths meant nothing to me. And that was kind of, a letdown to an extent. And the final thing I'm going to say negative about this film, and it's not necessarily bad, and I do understand this is just the way things are these days, it's the CGI. Now, look, I get it, alright? It is a lot easier to use CGI than it is to try to actually have trained animals. There's also a lot less likelihood for an accident. I'm looking at you, Gordy. You know what I'm talking about. Well, anyways, yeah, I get it. I get that in today's films, we're going to see a lot of CGI, especially when it comes to animals and things of that sort, but it just, unfortunately, for me, it takes me out of it a little bit. I really wish they could have found another way to do some more practical effects in this movie, but I understand there are cost restrictions and things of that sort that you gotta worry about, and again, like I said, there's the training of the animals, and the use, of course, of bears and wolves and snakes and shit. I get it. CGI is a better route to go, and I understand that in all routes. But it's unfortunate because sometimes it just kind of takes me out of the film a little bit when I can tell something is CGI. But that being said, it's not necessarily the CGI is bad for a film with the budget that it has. It just kind of is a little, it's a little noticeable. All right, so now, if I had to, of course, which I do, give this film a rating, the negatives in this film aren't nearly as bad as I've made it sound. I am giving this film an absolute solid A, not an A+, and this is funny. All right, the main reason, besides the dislikes, one of the main reasons that I'm going to give it an A, just a regular solid A, I'm going to go a little artsy-fartsy, okay? I'm sorry. I feel that if they would have actually used the Comanche language for the Native Americans, this film would have been a lot deeper. It would have felt a little bit more solid and a bit more realistic. Again, the dialogue isn't terrible. It's the way that it's delivered. It sounds very modern. And because of that, this one choice they made, now I've heard that there is a Comanche cut out there, and they are going to be releasing it at some point, that you can sit and watch the film. They filmed it, apparently, also in Comanche. So, again, this is a rumor I've heard. I don't know if it's true. Release the Comanche cut, I guess. But if it does come out, I'm going to watch it, and I'm going to probably absolutely love it. And this is funny because I am not a subtitle person. I have said this before. I do not like trying to read and watch a movie at the same time. But honestly, I feel that if they would have done that, it would have made the film feel a bit more authentic. And that being said, other than that, this movie is not bad. This is a very good, solid A movie. And normally at this point, I would tell you to go out and watch the movie and see it in theaters. But in this case, check out Hulu? I don't know. I've never done a streaming before. So yeah, if you're a subscriber of Hulu, check it out. Honestly, Hulu's not that expensive, guys. I think it's like $5.99 with commercials. I think that's what I'm paying for it, $5.99. So you can literally pay $5.99 and watch this movie like a rental and, get rid of it, I suppose. But I actually enjoy Hulu. That being said, alright, whatever. Time to wrap this up, guys. Thanks again for checking out the Film Geek. If you like, I forgot to make one short announcement. Charming Amy does want to be involved in this, and she is a huge Predator fan, loves the first two movies, and has her feelings about the rest, as most fans do. But she wasn't able to do a trailer, or she wasn't able to do the review with me tonight because she had to hit the sack. That means that we are going to be posting a spoilers video on Sunday. The two of us are going to sit down and discuss the things that we liked about this film and disliked about this film in a lot more detail and a lot more spoilers. So if you've seen this film, come back Sunday and check out our spoiler review of Prey. All right, guys. Thanks again for watching The Film Geek. If you liked what you saw here today, go ahead and subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for notifications, and give me the old thumbs up so I know you like what you're seeing. And if there's another thing you can do, folks, that is keep watching movies. You know I'm gonna.